Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Now we are here at the Royal Port Moresby Golf Club, and here with me, Mr. John Nilkare from SP Brewery. He's just going to tell us about the SP Sports Awards.
The SP Sports Awards, we opened the nominations back in early February, I think it was February 8th. The good thing about this year is that we actually launched two platforms for nominations. One is obviously the manual way to fill in the forms. That can be found through our social media pages, SP Sports Awards, PNG Olympic Committee. The other one is, of course, we've just introduced this year the online voting platform. So you can just scan your QR code and then bang, you get onto the platform and just fill in the blanks and then submit it through.
The Stan Joyce Awards, it's back in part of one of the categories this year.
So the Stan Joyce Award was introduced about in 2020. Yeah, so it's a biannual award, so it comes every second year. And that's all about, first of all, the Stan Joyce Award is named after our former long-time managing director, Stan Joyce, who was one of the key people that was instrumental in basically forming and shaping the whole Sports Awards platform. So in recognition of his contributions, when he resigned from the organization, we said, okay, in honor of him, let's introduce this award. And this award is essentially about recognizing all the corporate organizations, all the big organizations that actually invest back into sports, and there's a lot of them, right? So this is the 31st Sports Awards, and for the last 30, it's always been about the individuals, the athletes themselves, and the teams. And we figured that it's a good thing. It's a good opportunity for us to recognize those corporate companies, because a lot of them actually go out of their way to really invest invest money back into sports and cultivating all the good behaviors, cultivating elite talent. So
okay, the special guest for this year's 31st SP Sports Awards, it's not a secret anymore. You already announced that. That special guest comes from martial arts, combat sport, and it's interesting because the theme of this year is also, against violence.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. Our special guest for this year will be Jeff Fennick. For those of us that grew up in the 80s would know a bit about Jeff. He's quite popular. He's won world titles in 3 different weight divisions. He's popularly known as the Marrickville Mauler. He's from Australia. Jeff will be coming up. He's got a number of engagements. It's not just speaking at the Sports Awards, but we've got a robust program for him where he'll be able to engage with the federations, do some coaching, do some mentoring. Engaging with the federation which he's associated to, which is boxing. So Jeff is actually a boxer. So yes, he's in the contact sport. And I suppose the correlation here is that with our theme for this year, the Sports Awards theme this year is called Make a Difference, Stop the Violence, right? We felt, the SP Sports Awards Committee, South Pacific Brewery, we felt that violence in sport has really, really hindered the codes, the federations, the sport in general, right? It's really taken a lot of juice out of the sports, and people, sponsors, organizations are starting to pull away, and because, we're not talking about this cancer that's eating away our sporting federations and fraternities. So it's really important that we use this platform to, let's just say, perpetuate a very practical message. I mean, I guess the bottom line message is that we need to take sport violence out of our sports. It's really killing sport in general. It's high time that leaders in sports, whether in administration or on the field or off the field, we get together, we raise awareness around this, we tell people this is just not good enough, The government's investing a lot of money, through the PNG Sports Foundation to do the 2030 vision around sports and how we're going to bring sport to that next level. We need to teach our kids that, look, it's not cool to fight, it's not cool to, that destroys the game, that destroys the whole enjoyment of sports. So we need to take all of that out, and then we need to there needs to be a bit more positivity in sports, camaraderie, teamwork, team spirit. We need to learn how to be good losers. You know, not everybody, sport, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. We've got to accept loss as part of the learning and move on from there. So these type of fundamental beliefs and values and attitudes and behaviors, we need to start instilling it now. We need to speak up and, own this problem, raise awareness and say enough is enough.
All right. Thank you very much, John. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time on NBC World of Sports. That's all for now. Back to you, Neil. And remember, say no to violence and keep playing sports.